Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. How many of you would be happy if Hawaii legalized gambling? Raise their hand. Well, today, I'm going to explain to you why Hawaii should not legalize any type of gambling. I'm Noi, and my speech today is why Hawaii should not legalize gambling of any type. I'm going to go ahead and go over some facts on gambling so you guys can get some information and review some statistics. And then I'm going to go over how Hawaii island life is and what could happen if we brought gambling here to Hawaii. Gambling is defined as the act of playing for stakes, according to Webster's online dictionary. There are 9 types of gamblers out there. We have the social gamblers, those that do it just for fun. Annually, they go to Vegas, they gamble. It doesn't interfere with their regular lifestyle, and there's no consequences, no negative consequences. We also have the frequent gamblers. Those are the ones that do it often and they miss it when they're not around. Those are the ones that probably travel to Vegas like twice a month instead of just annually. And then we also have the problem gamblers. This is where we get into all of those problems that associated with gambling. And the problem gambler results in one negative consequence. And it's something like you can go to gamble so much that it affects your relationship that you're currently in, or you can just be like, oh, I'm going to go gamble instead of go to work. Problem. And of course, okay, there you go. Oops. Then we have the pathological or compulsive gamblers. It's the only problem with gambling that is recognized as a problem. Although all the other ones can be a problem. That's the only one that's identified, and that's considered a mental disorder. It's not it's irreversible. Once you become a compulsive gambler, you're a compulsive gambler for life. These are the people that tend to borrow money from friends, and they max out their credit cards, and they're always owing people money. We also have the professional gamblers. Those are the ones that they do it for a living, so they depend on the winnings of their gambling to pay their mortgage. So this is why it becomes a problem, because they're dependent on the money. They don't have like a regular job, and if they don't win, there goes their house. And then we also have the action gamblers, those that do it like they get the rush and the adrenaline. Oh, I won, I'm going to do it again, and then they lose all their winnings. These are the action gamblers. That's how it becomes a problem. And that's what they're called. And then we also have the escape gamblers. These are the people that go to get away from everything. You get away from the emotional pain that they have. You know, like, oh, my boss is driving me crazy today. I'm going to go gamble. And when they're gambling, they have no recollection of what's going on at home at all. They won't even call or anything. They'll just be like, oh. Antisocial gamblers, these are the type of gamblers that engage in like the criminal activities of gambling. They load the dice, they count cards, they try to do X-ray visions on the cards, any kind of thing that's associated with any kind of illegal gambling. Then we have the binge gamblers. These are kind of very, very similar to those that like binge on candy. You know, like if you don't have candy for a while and then you just pig out on it. Something I like to do. They go ahead and they don't gamble for a while, and then they'll take their whole red money and then they'll gamble it away, and it'll be a problem. Currently, there are 48 states that legalize gambling, and Hawaii and Utah are the only ones that don't have any type of legal gambling. Nevada has legalized gambling since 1931, and they attract millions of tourists every year to their beautiful casinos and their, magnificent, their architecture of everything. And they actually brought in $2.6 million in revenue last year, excuse me. So, why is this bad? For decades, since 1931, states in the nation have tried to mimic Las Vegas and try to get their state to get in all that revenue. But no one has still today. No one's been able to. Atlantic City has come close, but I'll show you later why they're not. Australia, when they legalized gambling, they've attracted, now their population is 23 million people. And that's caused some congestion problems and traffic problems and noise problems. And all these people, you're going to have more pollution as well. And more importantly, the aesthetics of Australia is changing significantly. They have a lot more high-rise buildings than they did before, since they legalized commercial gambling. Atlantic City, when they legalized gambling, according to Wikipedia and the California Research Bureau, when they legalized commercial gambling, they did get some success, but the rest of the city, the rest of the businesses didn't get a portion of that. And now Atlantic City is known as two cities. One of the casinos, Atlantic City, the city of the casinos, and the city of the unemployed workers. And as of October of this year, they are the highest unemployed, they have the highest unemployment rates in the nation. Now, here are some crime statistics. According to California Research Bureau, gambling is associated with crime. I'm going to repeat that. Gambling is associated with crime. These casinos, these gambling facilities, they bring in high volumes of cash, which tempts criminals to steal it. They theft and robbery and money laundering. Now, here are some crime rates. According to city data, per every 100,000 people, the U.S. compared to Vegas and Atlantic City, the top two places to go in the nation to gamble, is significantly lower, and they're significantly higher. Their crime rates are very high. Now, when you take those violent crimes compared to Hawaii and blue, significantly lower. Our violent crimes can't compare to theirs, especially the murders. We have very little murders here in Hawaii, and Atlantic City is just a place to go to get murdered. According to California Research Bureau, these gambling facilities have been known for people to meet. It's a suitable place for people to meet to do credit card fraud and stolen cars. They steal people's cars, their registration, and drug deals go on in these kinds of facilities. So, why shouldn't Hawaii legalize gambling? How many of you are from out of the state? Raise your hand. Well, why did you move to Hawaii?
Because I like the warm weather.
What about you, Kit?
There's just something about the islands, the land, and everything.
Arthur?
I moved for the lifestyle.
Yeah? Loretta?
The friendly people.
The friend? Carol? All of the above? Exactly. People come here to get away from the rat race. They love the friendly people, the weather, the country life, and the beauty of the island. Tourists come to Hawaii for these things. They come to see the most active volcano in the world, Kilauea, while history is being made by going into the ocean. Our island is growing. They like to hike at the Volcanoes National Park, and they're amazed by our steam vents and the Thurston lava tube. They go to Ka'u, the southernmost tip of the U.S., where they can see the one of only 2 green sand beaches in the world, the other in the Galapagos Islands. And they go down to Honolulu, the southernmost bake shop in the world, or in the U.S., excuse me. And if you drive a little bit further, cliff jumping is very popular for the tourists and locals alike. And those that aren't scared and are brave enough, they jump that 35 feet high down into water that they can see. Right through, it's super clear. Hawaiian monarch. We have this one whole week of festivals and activities where tourists will pay hundreds of dollars for a ticket to see the show. They can hike Waipio, the Valley of the Kings, where it was once the home to many Hawaii rulers, and see Keli'ikoa, the tallest waterfall in Hawaii. And they can all do this after they come down from the tallest mountain in the world, from sea level, Mauna Kea. They also like to go island hopping to Maui and Oahu and Kauai, to see Keli'ikoa, shown as in the picture, and many other things that the other islands have to offer. Locals, Hawaii locals, love Hawaii, the island. We love to go and see the turtles here, as well as the tourists do too. We can go right to the beach and see a turtle and pet them, as is shown in the picture. And we love the culture of Hawaii. A passage a passage that kids do is jump off of the tower at Coconut Island, and they like to jump off the bridges. They like to have fun. Enjoy the island life. We love the beauty of the lehua blossom and all of the flowers. Hawaii people think Las Vegas is the 9th island because we go there. It's the number one place that we go to get away. We go there to gamble, to shop, and enjoy the shows. But we are always happy to come home to the country life. Imagine a 453-foot high casino here in Hilo. 242 acres. Where would we put that? Waikoloa, that big hotel on the other side of the island, is only 62 acres. We take a train from one to the other. It's so big. It would block our beautiful views of Hilo Bay. 9 out of 10 locals want to keep the roots of Hawaii. We like the Hawaii life and the country life. So what about lotteries? No big casino, right? Well, lotteries won't work in Hawaii either, because our local businesses depend on our dollar. If you spent $1 per week, if everybody did, that would be $42,000 every week. Would our local communities, local businesses survive losing that type of money? Let's go ahead and review. Las Vegas is, and they have monopolized the gambling industry. And although many people flock there to go ahead and enjoy their casinos and they've monopolized on it and they can gain revenue, but nobody's been able to mimic their revenue. And any type of gambling here in Hawaii wouldn't work because gambling is associated with crime. That means Hawaii crime rates are going to go up. And our cars and other things can get stolen. Our traffic would get busier. Our population would get bad. It would be higher. Our local businesses depend on our dollar. And tourists come here to see the island, the magical island of Hawaii. We want to keep it that way. So the next time someone asks you why, tell them how we are lucky to live here in Hawaii. Thank you all for coming.